we are on the bike again. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Eskute saga. The last time you saw me on the bike, I was doing a mileage range test, and I'm going to carry on doing it. I've got 4 bars left on here, and I'm going to give it a bit of a spin. I'm at Tarn Hows at the moment, and I'm going to give it a bit of a spin around the old Tarn to see what happens with the battery, because I don't want to end up going too far, because if I do, I could end up running out of battery and not be able to get back. And I'm also trying out this new backpack as well, which at the moment feels really comfortable on my back, and I'm just hoping that it stays as comfortable on my back as what it feels like. So yeah, it's from Low Pro, and I've done a video for it. If you want to have a look at that, check it out there. But yeah, let's give this bike another run. I've done 36 miles so far on the Eskute, and like I say, I'm going to buzz around Tarn Hows, have a bit of a go on it, see what it feels like, and yeah, see if we can get a bit more distance on this older battery and see if I can make it last a bit longer. But I don't want to be running out of power, because if I do, I'm in a lot of trouble, because I've got to walk it back. You coming? Come on, let's go. So the last time I was actually riding this bike, it was on a cycle track. This time I'm going to be taking it around a tarn in the Lake District, and then I'm going to be maybe heading a bit further up road and seeing what happens there. But yeah, it's going to be a bit of a mix and mash, I think, and see how we get on with it. And I could end up getting very, very wet, because the rain is ominous. The brakes on the bike are feeling dry, but then it's been on the back of my bike, back on the van, and it's been raining. So I have got some up and downs, and at the moment we're heading downhill before we get to the tarn. So I'm going to hang a right here and start cycling around the tarn. I've just got to be careful of people as well. The tarn's only about 3 miles, maybe, something like that. So it shouldn't be far. So I might be able to do a couple of circuits. So I've also got to contend with gates and cattle, which is always an interesting one. Keep the gates closed at all times, because we've got cows in here. I do have another track that I can actually take as well, which should be away from people. So if we manage to do this one okay, I might go and do that one after. I just want to have a ride around here and see if I can maybe get a couple of photos of the bike as well. 3, which is pretty good. It pulls away when it wants to, and it holds back. And my God, there's a lot of trees down. A lot of trees around here. But yeah, it seems to pull really well up these hills in level 3. I'm not sure whether the wind's knocked all this lot down, but there is a lot of trees down everywhere here. Absolutely insane. Yeah, level 3, pulls up the hills using your gears, the Shimano gears. It's got 7 gears on this. It seems to be all right. So like, I'm in low gear now, level 3, and I'm just pretty much turning the pedals, and it's pulling me up the hill. A little bit of strain, but not a lot. It's doing it itself, which is pretty good. Thank you. Once round the tarn, I'm now heading back up the road, and I've dropped another notch. I'm down to 2 red and 1 white. So I'm gonna head back up the hill. I'm now in third gear and third power, and it's just pulling me up this slope ever so nicely. Just took a couple of pictures of it down by the Tarn as well. It looked quite cool with a dark, moody background. See, the bike's now running away with itself, and I'm just turning the pedals, which is pretty good. So I'm going to take it up the lane a little bit, see if I can find this little turning to the left, and head up one of the tracks I've never been before. So I'm also using, with this bag, this low pro bag, it's got a attachment where I can attach my camera to the straps. How cool is that? It means I can actually have my camera around my waist or around my neck, attached to my camera bag. So it's not pulling on your neck or anything, which is pretty awesome. First time I've ever cycled in the Lake District, so that's a first for me, isn't it? All I need to do is try and find this track. I'm not quite sure where it is. Oh, I've got a steep hill to come back up on the way back. Oh, geez. This is going to be fun, especially if the battery's flat. The good thing is it's gone back up to 4 bars because I'm not using the power. Right, there's a track down here by where this car's just pulled in, so I'm going to have a look down here and see if this is the one. So I'll see you on the track if it is. Oh, we're going to have to get off for this one because there's a big gate and I can't get round it. Goes. I know I saw it on Google Maps and I think it goes to a little tiny tarn or a reservoir. It's a forestry road by the looks of it. There's a lot of posts around and it's got a National Trust sign on the front, so that gives you a bit of a clue that it's actually land you're allowed on. So I'm going to just keep plodding on. Hope this camera doesn't bounce off because it's getting a bit loose. I might have to tighten it up in a minute. And I'm on 3 bars, so it's a massive, flipping huge tree trunks down. For comfort, this is great. I think I'm just going to take a little look and see what's down here. It's got a big gate on it, so let's have a little look. It might be potential good for a photograph at some point. Even though it was a bit muddy back there and the wheels were spinning up a little bit. Oh, there's some nice trees down here for future reference. Let's just have a little nose down here and see what's here. Gone down that path because it got very narrow and I don't want to be going down tiny little narrow paths if I can help it. So I'll come back up to this main one. But this is definitely a good place to come for a bit of a walk because there's some nice off the beaten tracks around here that I didn't know were here. and there was like meadows and all sorts, you know, like wildflower meadows. Further, because I think this road, this lane was going to take me all the way down to Windermere by the looks of it, and I have not got enough battery to get me back up, and I'm starting to head downhill now, which is not good because it's a long walk back pushing a bike. So I think I'm going to head back to the van and weigh it up when I get there and see if I can run the battery down a bit closer to the van. Definitely. A good call turning round, because I just dropped down to 2 bars now. So I've got 1 amber, 1 red. It's just gone back up to 3, but it's definitely on the turn from 3 to 2, depending on how much power I put in. And I know I've got to go back up that steep hill yet up on the road. So yeah, definitely a good call. Do you know what? Let's carry on down the road a little bit first, just to draw a bit more battery out. Because I haven't got to push it up over the grass anyway, at least from here. It's only a road. So let's see if I can just go a little bit further, find a good viewpoint maybe. Well, there's a lot of downhill though. Means you've got to go up. Oh God. One more last down and then I'm not going down any further, because that's a long way down. So it's bound to give me a good test to see what this is like and give me some exercise on the way back up. Definitely some exercise on the way back up. And that 3 bar flicking onto the 2, and I've just turned around. I'm going to start heading back uphill now, so let's see how much battery I've got left by the time I get back. I'll tell you what I will do before I do that. I'm just going to get a mileage distance on my phone to see how far it's back to the car from here. It can only be about a mile. Let's have a quick look before I go. Google Maps, route, cycling, no route found, typical. Let's go back out. It's because I've lost the signal, that's why. But if I can do a point from where I am, I can roughly work it out how far back to the car park. So we're just about on the crossroads there. And it should give me a route back, hopefully, when it works it out. And it's all uphill. So I'm going to put the battery power on 5, and I'm going to let the bike do the work. And I'm going to try and pedal as least as possible and keep the bike moving. Oh, and the wind is in my face too. But if I can get up here, it just goes to show how good these bikes are for helping you out and assisting you. Battery level's gone down to 2 now, because I'm putting pressure on the pedals. 15 miles an hour. Steeper than I thought, and I'm having to put a bit of effort in. But the battery is down to 2, so it's just not doing as much as it needs to. Oh, and now it's picking up. Ooh. Wow, that bit was steep. Still saying 2 to 3 bar. So, where next? Let's put it back on 3. I don't really know. See, I've only cycled a mile or so down the road and a mile or so back. But I don't want to go too far, because I'm in that quandary of, if I get stuck, it's a long way out. Maybe I should finish the power off at home, knowing roughly where I am, and seeing how many more miles I can get out of it just cycling. Because I've got a good 5 or 6 mile route at home, and I know I can get around it. So that might be the plan. I'm going to finish this video here. Thanks for watching. Ciao for now. And yeah, we've done nearly 40 odd miles now. So it's growing, it's getting longer, and I've got 2 bars going uphill and flicked onto 3 again now. So yeah, I'll see you somewhere back at home, cycling around the estate, just to kill this battery off once and for good. Cheers. in the fashion of me, I carried on going. I've come back round the Tarn again, and I'm heading down another track that I've never been on before. So I'm actually using the bike more and more and more, but I'm not going to go on my limit. I'm still on that 2 to 3 bar, so we're not over yet. We may be finishing it in this video, but this is a bit more of a beaty, a bit more of a track, a bit more rougher, and a bit more work on the suspension and the bike. Back here as well, there's a tree on top of the hill up there that's going to make an awesome photograph of a long lens. Absolutely bobbing tree. I might just take a snap of that before I go back. But I am heading back. The clouds are starting to change. It is 4 o'clock, so by the time I get back it's going to be time for tea. And again, I don't know where this track goes, and it could keep going and going and going, and I don't want to end up that far out, and I've got uphills and downhills to get back. So I'm going to go back to where I was turned off and where I come back onto you, and then I'm going to head up the hill and see if it takes me back round to the van. Hopefully it will, and then I'm definitely going to be done. This bike really does try to play with the big boys, but it hasn't got it in it. Now, I've just tried to come up this hill, and it's steep. Now it says Hawk's Head. I don't know where it's going to bring me out, but I'm going to keep going up and see where it ends up. But I'm having to push it up this bit. It's very loose underfoot as well. I wouldn't even want to go down this. It's scary for someone like me who's not a mountain biker. I'm going to head up here, have a look with my nose what's up here, and hopefully it will take me around to the van. Whew. I think I've ended up on the other side of the Tarn, so I'm cycling again now after getting up that hill. It's just starting to rain as well, so I'm hoping I'm not too far away. Oh, this is really bouncy, bumpy track. Jeez. Oh, there's some big clouds up ahead. Some big wet clouds. My water bottle fell out. Right, come on, I've got to get back to the van before I get mullered. And now I've come to a signpost that says Nightfold, Oxenfell that way, Iron Keld, and I'm not sure what that one says. Let's have a look. That one says Sunny Brow. So I don't know where I am, apart from I know that Tarn Hows is over there. I don't want to go the long way that way. Now I've got a fence here. I could go cross country now and see. I see I'm going to pick this up on the map, but there's no signal. But I could go across this sty and head cross country and see if it gets me back to the track. Oh my God, I don't know where I am. Oh dear. So I've just done a screenshot from where I am, and I am nowhere near where I need to be. So I am going to go across this field and see if I can get back on the Tarn Hows track. Oh, and it's starting to rain, and I've just heard some thunder, and you can see by the sky behind me. I'm going to get wet, really, really wet. Right, let's get this bike over the top of this thing here. Let's see if I can go cross country. Oh, this is not easy at all. Don't break the bike because I've got a long way to go. All right, the bike's over. Now I need to get over. Worst comes to the worst, I'll end up pushing it. Let's just see what I can see over this hill and hope I'm not too far away from where I need to be. The sky's gone so grey as well. Dead lucky. I'm back on the Tarn Hows track, I think. Wow, that was a shortcut across the field. And it's starting to rain now, and it's big, hefty chunks of rain. And I've got another sty to get back across to get back on the Tarn Hows track. Oh, and then I'm gonna have to lever it back to the van. I don't mind getting wet, but this is fun and hard work at the same time. Okay, going over. Listen, if you're Eskute, I'm doing this all for you, remember? And for myself. Right, I'm back on the Tarn Hows track, or I hope I am. So I'm going to get the pedal down and get back, because here comes the rain and it's big and I'm going to get wet. Jeez, it's big bits of rain. I think I've got to go this way. I think I've got to go up, not down. Through this gate. And I'm hoping this is going to get me back directly to the van. Oh, I hope so. Oh, I'm in the wrong gear. Oh, going uphill. Bring it down, Echo. Yeah, that one was going down. My God, you want to see the sky in front of me? It's black. This is definitely the right path that I'm on to get me back to the top quicker. I must be crazy. Absolutely crazy. Right, here we go. Whew. Whee! We're on it now. See you at the van. I'm just coming up to the trees before the van now. And we're here. Get through this gate and get my coat on. God, you want to see the rain coming in. It's fierce. It's really fierce. Oh, I do love this. Send me another bike, Eskute. Please send me a bigger bike. This is much fun. Whew. And here we are. Back at the bus. Just look at this behind me. I'm going to take the camera off and show you where I find my keys. Look at this. Oh, look at it all. And I'm wet through. Right, there she is. Did a good job. And I need to get it on the bike rack before I get drenched. Definitely ciao for now. I'll let you know how many miles I've done on the screen. See you soon. Bye bye.